from New Hanover County Schools Television. Three-time Blue Ribbon winner for the North Carolina Schools Public Relations Association for Outstanding Electronic Media. This is your School News.
Welcome to your school news for the week of November 9th through the 15th, 2015. I'm Alexei Mizhuev.
And I'm Tori Farrell. Topping our newscast this week, New Hanover County Board of Education holds their monthly meeting. Ashley High School plans a community learning night and groundbreaking ceremony scheduled for Porters Neck Elementary School.
Our top story, the Board of Education's monthly meeting. The meeting was held on November 3rd at the Board of Education Center and featured numerous recognitions of achievement and a long list of new business items. We get all the board notes from Bobby Blue.
The Board of Education's November meeting included recognitions of achievement, a number of administrative updates, and several reports. Let's get right to the board notes. Under recognitions, the board recognized the North Carolina Elementary Honors Chorus students, the 2015 STEM Teacher of the Year, Kelly Crowley from Pine Valley Elementary, Ella Kinsey, one of 30 finalists in the 5th Annual National Broadcom Masters Middle School Competition, and 2 Wrightsboro Elementary students for their artwork that won the Professional Educator of North Carolina Young Artist Competition Award. Also recognized was Forest Hills Global Elementary School for receiving the 2015 National Healthy Schools Bronze Award from the Alliance for a Healthier Generation. In addition, during the board recognition, Hourglass Studios made a special check presentation to the county band programs. Under administrative updates, Colleen Pate was approved as the program coordinator at Isaac Bear Early College High School. Tilly Gurley was approved to serve as a temporary assistant principal at New Hanover High School, while Monica Goza was approved to serve as the principal for a month at Alderman Elementary while its principal is out. Under information, Assistant Superintendent Dr. John Welmers gave a presentation regarding certain classified employees serving as bus drivers. If approved at the December board meeting, some teachers' assistants, child nutrition employees, and custodians will be required to get a CDL to drive buses. Rachel Freeman School of Engineering was approved to follow a year-round calendar beginning during the 2016-2017 school year. Additional cameras will be installed on yellow school buses. The 2016-17 school calendars were approved, and Assistant Superintendent Dr. LaShawn Smith gave a report on the Head Start program. Under new business, the following items were approved: personnel recommendations, budget amendments, revisions to Policy 1660 regarding Board of Education student scholarships. Also approved was the selection of a construction management at-risk firm for Laney and Hoggard High School additions and renovations, along with the design consultant agreement for Veterans Park HVAC improvements and the design phase change for Laney High School additions and renovations. 2 bids were approved, one for Bradley Creek HVAC renovations and the other for Johnson Early Childhood Center HVAC renovations. The board also approved the Amplify Sole Source Resolution, Curriculum Associate Software, the Corsa Curriculum Updates to Honors Creative Writing 2 and Academic Success, the 2015-16 School Improvement Plan Executive Summary, and the Low Performing School Plans. The next regular Board of Education meeting will be Tuesday, December 1st at 5:30 p.m. at the Board of Education Center, 1805 South 13th Street. As always, if you cannot attend the meeting in person, you can watch the rebroadcast Tuesday night at 6 p.m., Friday mornings at 8 a.m., and Sundays at 1 p.m. Board meetings can also be watched online at www.nhcs.net. That's your board notes for November.
In other school news, Ashley High School will host their first community learning night on Wednesday, November 18th. For this event, the community is invited to come into the school and learn some skills, the same skills that the students of Ashley are learning. There will be workshops on a variety of topics including resume writing, Photoshop, and the Marine Science Academy, and 3D modeling and printing.
I thought how great it would be for my students' parents to come in and see what I do and have an opportunity to take the Microsoft class or to learn Photoshop or any of the number of other programs that we offer. I hear that a lot at our open house nights. Boy, I'd like to take this class. So I was really excited to have the opportunity for the parents to come in and see what we're doing.
The event will take place all over Ashley High School from 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 7 o'clock at night. Registration will be at 4:30 p.m. in the foyer in front of the main office. For more information about the Community Learning Night, contact Paige Kyle Haney at 910-790-2360 or paige.kylehaney@nhcs.net.
New Hanover County Schools, the New Hanover County Board of Education, and New Hanover County Commissioners will break ground for the new Porter's Neck Elementary School at 416 Edgewater Club Road on Monday, November 30th. The groundbreaking ceremony will begin at 1 p.m. and will be followed by a reception at Blair Elementary School. The ceremony will feature a presentation of colors by Delaney High School JROTC and singing by Blair Elementary students. The construction of a new elementary school is part of the November 2014 bond referendum that passed with the highest approval rating in the county's history. The new school is scheduled to be substantially completed by February 28, 2017.
Now, when your school news continues, we have an exciting lunch menu forecast.
Plus, coming up in 60 seconds, we'll have reports on interagency governance agreement on this handling of school offenses signed. Bradley Creek Elementary students take an energy time check, and middle school students compete in Spanish spelling bee.
This is Your School News, on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America in your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills.
Check.
Driver's license.
Check.
And a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Your School News. New Hanover County Schools held a signing ceremony for the Interagency Governance Agreement on the handling of school offenses. The ceremony was held in the Media Center at Roland Grace Middle School. With a complete report on the event is YSN reporter Stephen Thornton.
Officials from New Hanover County Schools and government came together last week to sign the Interagency Governance Agreement on the handling of school offenses. This document expresses the agreement of the agencies in dealing with and responding to non-emergency school disruptions. The historic document is one of the first in the state that strives to ensure a consistent response to incidents of students' misbehavior, clarify the role of the law enforcement in school disciplinary matters, efficiently utilize alternative support services, and reduce the involvement of court agencies in minor school misconduct events.
We have been criminalizing behavior of children now for decades, dating back to the 80s and ramping it up with Columbine. This gets us back to addressing children's behavior as children's behavior, to addressing discipline as discipline instead of criminalizing that behavior. Research shows that once you start criminalizing that behavior, then it tends to get worse and worse and worse and worse, hence the school to prison pipeline phrase. This addresses that. This keeps us from starting down that path. It enables us to address the behavior when it happens, where it happens instead of delaying that process.
The signing ceremony included remarks from Marion Warren, Director of the Administrative Office of the Courts, Jonathan Barfield, Chairman of the County Board of Commissioners, and Chief Ralph Evangelos with the Wilmington Police Department. Each praised the importance of this agreement in dealing with the growing problem of the school-to-jail pipeline.
Judge Courtney brought this to us, and when you look at school, school's a place of learning and opportunity. It's a place you make your mistakes. You shouldn't walk out of school with a criminal record. You should walk out of school with a diploma, and that provides you with those opportunities. So this is a chance for us to get back to that, to get back to what schooling's about.
While New Hanover County's interagency governance agreement addresses school behavior when and where it happens instead of criminalizing that behavior, it is also designed to deal with emergency issues. In fact, the agreement clarifies what is a major and minor issue. The agreement was signed by 13 officials and is officially in effect for the next 3 years. Reporting for Your School News, this is Stephen Thornton.
After reading an excerpt read from Holes by Louis Sachar and the article The Science of Catching Criminals, Miss Tomastik's language arts class from Trask Middle School got a chance to meet a real-life CSI investigator. CSI Supervisor Margaret L. Lesenchel with the Wilmington Police Department talked to the students about a career as a forensics investigator or evidence technician. She told the students that while many crime scenes investigators were trained police officers in the past, the trend has shifted to hiring civilians for the position who are trained to have a scientific eye when analyzing evidence. She told them, as a CSI, you typically work in the field collecting evidence from the scene of a crime. While working in the field is a must, you will also work at the crime lab and testify in courts when a suspect is apprehended and charged with a crime. She then gave the students a demonstration in fingerprinting and dusting for prints. Many of the students had questions about the TV series and its depiction of the profession. They were surprised to learn that many of the things done in minutes on TV sometimes took weeks or months to complete in real life.
The Energy Time Trek play came to Bradley Creek Elementary. Professional actors led students through a fun time travel adventure while teaching about energy conservation and STEM topics like earth science and engineering. During the production, students were introduced to time safety agent Odysseus P. Honeycutt and traveled with him to the past to prevent villain Genghis Jones from destroying all the energy resources. Through the journey, students meet a host of interesting characters who taught them about natural resources, how scientists engineer resources for our energy usage, and the importance of conservation. Along with the in-school productions, students got workbooks and were introduced to online activities to expand upon the educational content of the program.
With the 2015 high school soccer regular season in the books, a handful of teams in the area now have their eyes set on making a run through the state's playoffs. It was another competitive year for the 4 programs in New Hanover County, but one team stood out the most under first-year coach Greg Marinich. Coming off a 19-1 mark, the Ashley Screaming Eagles captured the Mid-Eastern Conference title for the first time in 4 years. The Screaming Eagles outscored 21 opponents, a combined 79-22, thanks to a number of key contributors, including seniors Josh Barnello, Josh Chapman, Espen Jennings-Gilbert, junior striker Duanis Avila, and sophomore midfielder Dominic Toon round out an impressive list of players Ashley can count on in the attack. In fact, Ashley celebrated their 20th win of the season last Wednesday night as the Screaming Eagles defeated D.H. Conley in the opening round of the 4A state tournament.
Finally, several of our area's middle school spellers in Espanol went head-to-head last month to battle for the first annual Middle School Spanish Spelling Bee. We get the complete report on the competition from Louis Bahar.
Following on the heels of widely popular script-style spelling bees, 2 public middle schools and 1 charter school came together at Murrayville Middle School for the first ever Spanish spelling bee in New Hanover County. This exciting event featured a mix of spellers from 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. This bee also joined many other local and regional Spanish language spelling bees that have begun in at least 10 other states.
I proposed that to them in a meeting, and I said, at this point, we are all supposed to be doing the same thing. So we're teaching the alphabet, and we are all on the same bus. So I say, why we don't have a spelling bee? So they agree, and we did it.
The interest in Spanish language bees stems from a growing recognition of benefits of bilingualism for students' academic professional careers. Interest in the spelling bee competitions is also another clear signal that the stigma of bilingual education is wearing off as the demand grows in school districts across the country for dual language education.
The ability that my students have in class to spell words, how quickly they learn, and of course during the Hispanic Heritage Month we decided to be practicing some Spanish-related activities. Well, it grew and grew so much that we decided, wow, well, we can now make a contest out of this since they were so good.
Students at the area Spanish spelling bee in all grades competed in a host of rounds. The first several rounds featured words that students were familiar with from a list of words provided in advance of the event. As the competition progressed, rounds were timed and definitions were required with each spelling. Then things got really tough as students were introduced to mystery words.
Well, I was thinking a lot because since they weren't on the list, I didn't know them. But then, my Spanish teacher said that even though the words aren't on the list, you can spell them the way that they sound.
In Spanish, the letters are they sound a lot more as they are, but in English they're different. So you can just sound it out and say the letters as you go. That's what I did.
Rounds, they were definitely more pressuring. Get 10 seconds, so it felt, a little rushed, but got past it.
New Hanover County Spanish Spelling Bee featured nothing but non-native Spanish speakers. In the final round of the competition, the 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade winners of each round went toe-to-toe. In the end, the 8th grade winner took the championship of this year's first annual Spanish Spelling Bee. Reporting for Your School News, this is Louis Behar.
Now, don't go away. Coming up, we head to Williams Elementary for some major dance moves.
Plus, we have our new segment, the Education Index, and the Lunch Bill O-Fair.
Your School News will continue after the break.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you read stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Huntington. Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Oh, hello there. Oh,
where's that bear?
Welcome back to Your School News. It's time for our Education Index. A look around the nation and the world at some of the top stories in education. Topping the index, seeking to provide a one-stop shop for parents with questions about Shelby County schools in Tennessee. District leaders officially opened a parent welcome center and called the resource as another tool to address long-standing challenges with community engagements. Located behind the school board headquarters in Memphis, the center is open on weekdays and staffed with 14 employees, including 2 bilingual staff members. It also features 10 computers to assist with online registration and other online processes in a city where more than 32% of residents do not have internet access at home. At Pearland High School near Houston, Texas, student Kobe Byrne was reading his geography textbook when he noticed a troubling caption. Next to a map of the United States describing patterns of immigration, it read that the Atlantic slave trade brought millions of workers from Africa to the southern United States to work on agriculture plantations. Kobe had caught a textbook error that had been missed by several editorial layers. The incident has renewed a national debate about how textbooks deal with race and slavery, especially the power of language and grammar as tools to interpret history. Already a subjective area to teach. Both the publisher and Texas officials have agreed that the caption was inappropriate. The publishers are scrambling to fix the problem. They are shipping corrected copies to schools for free and providing a sticker to cover the caption along with a lesson plan about the cultural context of language. Finally, 93% of teachers say that the prospect of making a difference in students' lives played a critical role in attracting them to the profession. According to a new United Kingdom-based survey, amid growing concerns around teachers' shortages, the Why Teach survey was compiled to explore what brings teachers into the profession and how schools can keep them engaged and motivated. Researchers found that in addition to making a difference in students' lives, the most common reason those surveyed cited for going into teaching is that they thought they would be good at it, with 93% also citing that as an important factor, a love for the subject, the chance to make a difference in society, and the desire to work with young people were also among top 5 reasons for going into teaching. Survey respondents said they chose to stay in teaching for reasons similar to those that attracted them to the profession. And that's this week's Education Index. A quick look at some of the interesting education stories from around the nation and world. Now, don't go away. We'll be right back with the Lunch Bill Affair. This is your school news on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to Your School News. It's time now for this week's Lunch Bill Affair with Hunter Ledman.
Here in the newsroom, I've had the chance to review this week's lunch menu. We've had a lot of variety this week for lunch. As we celebrate Good Nutrition Month, let's take a look at this week's selections. On Tuesday, November 10th, it'll be a tough decision between spaghetti meatballs with a breadstick, barbecue chicken with a biscuit, or nachos grande and cornbread muffins. And keep your good lunch going with lima beans, veggie sticks, or fresh fruit. On Wednesday, November 11th, enjoy the day of thanks to our retired and active veterans. Remember to thank a veteran for his or her service each day. On Thursday, November 12th, tackle the day with a choice of BLT sandwich with cheese cubes, macaroni and cheese with a roll, or a cheeseburger. On the side, vegetable soup, french fries, and fresh fruit. On Friday, November 13th, it's your lucky day with 3 great entree choices: beef enchilada with Spanish rice, chicken egg rolls with fried rice, corn dog nuggets. On the side, oriental vegetables, a fresh garden salad, and applesauce. For the weekend, I've got my healthy tip. You need over 40 different nutrients such as vitamins and minerals every day for a good health. Since there is no single food that contains them all, it is important that you balance your daily choices. In fact, there are no good or bad foods, so you don't need to miss out on the foods you enjoy. The best way to make sure you get the right balance is to eat a wide variety of foods each day. After the weekend, start the week off with chicken nuggets with rice and gravy, fish fillet sandwich, or a hot dog with chili. On the side, sweet potato waffle fries, a garden salad, or diced pears. November each year is Good Nutrition Month. It is a great month to bolster your own efforts to eat healthier. The great time to try out our nutritious recipes and time for everyone to eat better. Now, taking a look once again at the lunch entrees for the week, you've got some great selections. On Tuesday, enjoy barbecue chicken with a biscuit. Thursday, a BLT sandwich with cheese cubes. And Monday with chicken nuggets, rice, and gravy. That's this week's lunch menu. Don't miss out on any of this week's great selections. From the newsroom, this is Hunter Ledman. Back to you.
Thanks, Hunter. Don't forget, you can catch the Lunch Billow Fair during the morning show here on the Learning Network and get lots of healthful nutrition information online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition. Now don't go away. Coming up, we head to Williams Elementary for some major dance moves. Your school news will continue after the break.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Welcome back to Your School News. In celebration of the last week of October, Williams Elementary held a Dancing with the Students event.
The early grades are an ideal time to introduce children to different styles of dance. Children are eager to explore all the ways their bodies can move and are open to taking risks and following cues.
However, thanks to the internet and YouTube videos, students like this dancing star are learning how to bust a move at an early age.
This young dancer broke out into some zombie-style movies that have become an internet sensation.
Dancing Zombie was inspired by Michael Jackson's dancing in the video Thriller. Later, Disco Stew from The Simpsons inspired zombie moves. And now, shows like The Walking Dead have generated new zombie dances.
It has been shown that students who have positive experiences with dancing at this young age are much more likely to seek out these experiences as they get older.
Dancing also benefits children physically, socially, and emotionally.
Well, that young man is clearly getting his exercise, is a big hit among his peers, and is very happy.
He is proving the power of dance is real. Well, that does it for this edition of Your School News. Recapping some of our main stories, New Hanover County Board of Education held their monthly meeting. Watch it online. Ashley High plans a community learning night on November 18th, and groundbreaking ceremony scheduled for New Porters Neck Elementary School on November 30th.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online, and don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show, weekdays at 6 a.m. I'm Alexei Mazhuyev.
And I'm Tori Farrell. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thank you for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network.
We close with a musical selection from the Williston Chorus. Blood Brothers by Ingrid Michelson was performed at the schools as part of the last month's Unity Day. Have a great day.